Hey, thanks for joining me for another episode of Taking a Breath with Yvonne Daniels podcast. I'm your well-being girlfriend, Yvonne Daniels, and man, I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. We're talking today about the fact that this month is Boost Your Self-Esteem Month. Yes, all right. So, of course, over this way, we're all about encouraging you to embrace the power of giving your body permission to relax for better choices, health, and wealth. We're doing that one deep breath at a time. All you need is an open heart and an open mind and a willingness to go and to grow. We're talking about changing health narratives, leaving health legacies, being so just appreciative of the wealth that we're born with, which is our health. All right, we talk about all the other kinds of wealth that we need to know about, which is great, but health. That's that wealth you are born with. So we've got to make sure we are being a good steward of that good wealth that we're born with. All right. That means getting enough sleep, accepting responsibility for our well being, taking as many deep breaths as possible, tuning into our bodies and moving our bodies. So, yeah, it encompasses all of that. So, on today, how are you doing, Matt?
Hey, what up, though? How are you doing today?
Hey, I am doing well. And of course, you know how we kick off every episode.
With a deep breath.
Let's go. In and out, man. It just feels so good just to do that. All right. So, like I said, this month, which is we're still in the month of February, is Love Month, it's Black History Month. It is also Boost Your Self-Esteem Month. So, Matt, with what you know about self-esteem, how would you say your self-esteem is?
When it comes to self-esteem, actually, before I answer that, do you have a definition you could give me real quick?
Okay, well, you know what? I'm glad that you asked. All right, so self esteem is generally defined as an individual's subjective evaluation, how you see your worth, your self worth. So, uh, with that definition, what do you say?
So, when it comes to self-esteem, I would say there's some different things that I'd have to work on. I'm really critical on myself when I do different things in
Mm-hmm.
terms of schoolwork, the stuff that I do here at work, just things on a day-to-day basis. Like,
Yeah.
I pretty much have to be perfect in everything I do, or I'm really hard on myself.
Wow. Wow.
With that being said, though, like, I let's say like my victories, I do celebrate them big.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really, like I said, there's stuff that I can work on,
Mm-hmm.
but other than that, I'd say it's pretty good. Other
Okay.
than the fact that, like I said, I'm pretty hard on myself sometimes.
Well, you know what, Matt, and I think that we probably all can say that. And just the way you kind of map that all out is probably what a lot of us can say about our self-esteem. And I know that, this truly is a journey. Once again, self-esteem, as they've defined it, an individual's subjective evaluation of their worth. It also goes on to say it is a psychological construct that predicts certain outcomes such as happiness, satisfaction, and achievement in different areas of life. Now, so this concept of self-esteem, which of course we know dates back to when the man was born or made, or from our Lord and Savior. But the concept of self-esteem dates back to the 18th century, from when they kind of, I guess, actually had something that they could actually look at tangibly to say, oh, this is what this is. It was expressed in the writings of the Scottish Enlightenment thinker David Hume. He stated that it is important to value and think well of oneself because it serves a motivational function that enables people to explore their full potential. Okay. All right. So, with that, once again, definition, the International Boost Self Esteem Month, which is this month, is observed during February. It's a period set aside in the year to help us believe in and appreciate ourselves more, which I think is so important, despite whatever we may be facing. And once again, that is that's almost like a day-to-day thing. With high self-esteem, one can prevent many problems. So if you have high self-esteem, if you think yourself worthy, all right, you can prevent a lot of problems like mental health disorders. It says you can enjoy good overall health and a state of well-being, because I'm telling you, when you don't think that well of yourself, it will affect you physically, for real. You're able to be of valuable help and support to others. So it is not just about you. Having good self-esteem is good for others. It's good for the community. And we love that. All right. You're able able to, once again, help support others. Our mental health is as important as our physical health, which we know. So we should use this month, which is Boost Your Self-Esteem Month, to observe and take care and learn to love ourselves. And I know we've talked about that on some other episodes. It's just so huge to appreciate you, because when you don't, it will show up. And it not only is not beneficial for you, but it's not beneficial for others. So self-esteem, which is entirely subjective, it does make it hard to analyze. There are questions that if accomplishments result from high self-esteem, then failure from low self-esteem, that's it. If you're failing at some things, you may think, well, okay, like you said, you're hard on yourself. If you feel like you're a failure, then you may have lower self-esteem. All right. So accomplishments cause one's self-esteem to rise, and failures can cause it to fall. So over successive years, this whole societal relevance received attention as it pertains to self-esteem, and it gained endorsement from some government and non-government groups starting around the 1970s. So that's when the government said, okay, yeah, this is a thing, such that it started a self-esteem movement. Okay. So boosting your self-esteem, it can be thought of as maybe not an easy task. It is very complicated, and can be, because we as human beings are complicated. Of course, all the science has been involved with this. And one thing remains sure, that despite how poor and low it may be, due to past experiences, that's your self-esteem, that is, it can be improved over time. So that is really good. It's always good to know that all is not lost, and you can definitely improve your self-esteem if you have low self-esteem. Help is available for you if you want to boost your self-esteem through, of course, trained professionals, including therapists, counselors, and psychiatrists. They're going to help you work through your thoughts and your belief systems. And I think that's where it all stems from, is what do you believe? What do you believe about yourself? And this can come from, so many different things, from things we've experienced in the past, things that have been told to us, things that we've been told to believe about ourselves. So you can get help working through all of that, which is deep work. It can be done, and you can definitely raise your self-esteem. So ways to observe Boost Self-Esteem Month. Well, remember your past accomplishments. And this is really good because, and as you continue to live your years out, you've done a lot of stuff that maybe you've forgotten about. It's like, oh yeah, I did do that. Yeah. It's a great period to remind yourself of the amazing things you've done, no matter how little they may seem. Doing this will encourage you to look forward to doing more. I do this periodically. I'll just think back and I'm like, oh yeah, I did do that. It's really a great way to help to boost your self-esteem if that's what you're needing to do. So accept and also give compliments. So make sure that when someone admires and says something nice about you or what you have, you believe them and sincerely appreciate their words. All right. Don't just say, oh, they're just saying that. No, really appreciate it and really believe that. As you feel more confident with the compliments, do well to help others feel the same too. So Matt, I have to ask you this. Do you think you're good at accepting compliments? If someone gives you a compliment, how are you as far as accepting them? Good, or you can work on that?
When it comes to compliments,
Mm-hmm.
Obviously accepting them is one thing, but me believing the person is another.
Wow.
It's, how do I really explain it? It's just like, I don't know. There's some moments when, let's say someone gives me a compliment and I'll be like, okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Right.
And then in my head, I'll be like, okay, that person's full of crap. I don't believe in what they're saying. And then it's like, kind of that mindset. So it's like, I'll accept a compliment, but me believing the person and that's actually how they feel is a different story.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for the transparency on that. I when someone gives me a compliment, it used to be hard. When someone would give me a compliment, I felt like I had to explain, whatever they were complimenting. Now I just say thank you. I appreciate it. And a lot of times in my mind, I'm not really, now if it's something that if they give me a compliment and I'm looking going, okay, I can see that, I'm like, thank you. I say thank you either way. But if it's something where I feel like, I don't know about that, I still try and be very appreciative of the fact that they even gave, a compliment. So Also, building habits that will promote self improvement. So, whether it's to get into a healthier shape or to perform better in a class, we're talking about developing habits that will help us achieve these desires. Eventually, they'll become realities, and we'll see just how amazing we are, right? By building these habits, by accepting these compliments, by really truly believing in our own self-worth. All right, so 5 facts about self-esteem that just might intrigue you. All right, so the first one is that self-esteem is actually considered a basic human need. So many early theories suggest that self-esteem is a fundamental need and motivation for humans. I can see that. All right. Number 2 is that it has physical links to the brain. Findings from neuroscience research show that self-esteem is related to the connectivity of the brain's frontal circuit. All right. So also there are many approaches to improving it. Several psychological and medical treatments for low self-esteem, including cognitive behavioral therapy, rational emotive behavior therapy, and what they call the EMDR technique are available. You have to look up what that means, what that stands for, I should say. Also, physical exercise can boost your self-esteem. I love this, something practical that we can do by engaging in workouts and sporting activities. Certain chemicals are released in the brain that help improve your overall mood. So yeah, I definitely know that because I'm a move your body type person. So I'm always getting in that exercise. I try and do it 7 days a week, and I definitely notice a difference every time I do it. A low self-esteem can also affect other people. So this is something that you may not know, but a low self-esteem can significantly reduce the quality of a person's life in many different ways and can cause them to feel angry and bully other people. So if a light bulb just went off in your head and say, so that's why they act like that. It could be. It could be that people that seem really angry all the time, people that bully kids, and I say kids, I just kind of came out because I know that when we think about bullying, we think of children that bully each other, but adults can bully each other as well. And so if you are finding that you're having interactions with people that are always angry, that are always bullying other people, it may be because they have low self-esteem. They don't feel that great about themselves. And so that is what's coming out. And that's how they are communicating with other people. All right. So yeah. Got to think about that. So, why is Boost Self-Esteem Month important? Right. So we know of some things that we can think of, but it actually increases mutual support. So we all need encouragement at different points when we're feeling down and low. So this month promotes an avenue for everyone to get and give this much needed support. And it also unites us for the common good, which we love that, and we're all for that. Working to boost self-esteem for ourselves and others brings us together for something positive. And who does not need that? Not only now with all that we're going through, but just at any time. So this ultimately brings out the best in us as a people, and it promotes health and well-being. And that's what we're all about over this way. So when self-esteem levels are high, we become healthier, we become smarter and more productive. By becoming healthier versions of ourselves, the world is ultimately made a much better place. That's why it is so important for us to continue to work on boosting our self-esteem. And what better time to start working on that than the month that we're celebrating it in, which is February. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Here is to all of us continuing to boost our self-esteem, not only for ourselves, but for others, for our communities, just for the world that we live in. All right. Yes. All right. So Matthew, how do we end each and every episode?
With the deep breath.
Let's do it. Come on in and out. This has been another episode of Take a Deep Breath of Yvonne Daniels podcast. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check us out at Deep Breath and Taste Buds at blogspot.com. Thanks for listening, and I'll check you out in the next episode.
Good stuff.